Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and today I'm going to be talking to you about why I think that college education should not be free. Now, I know this concept sounds crazy because who wouldn't want to go to college for free? I know I would. But what people fail to realize is that this is a very glorified sounding concept and that there are actually a lot of drawbacks to going to college for free. I'm going to start by highlighting the reasons why college education should not be free. I will go into more depth about each of these and what they mean, but this is just a summarized list of the reasons college shouldn't be free. The first reason is that free is never actually free. The money for college has to come from somewhere. The second reason is that free college would decrease the value of your degree. The third reason is that there are already solutions for low income families to pay for college. The fourth reason is that free college has been implemented in other countries and has been proven to have many drawbacks. And the last reason is that free education would cause students to not take their education as seriously. So, what I mean by free is never free is that while an individual might not be paying for college out of their pocket directly, they would have to pay for it in other ways, mostly through increased taxes. If the government were to start paying for college, we would see a drastic increase in the price of taxes. There has to be a system of balance, and if one thing, in the case the high revenue brought in through college tuition, were to be suddenly taken away, there'd have to be compensation, which in this case would be increased taxes. So, as you can see in this cartoon, there's a government officer saying, "Hi, I'm from the government, and I want to give you something for free." And you can see the taxpayers running away because they know that they're going to have to compensate for that free thing in one way or another, mostly through taxes. The next major reason why college education should not be free is because the value of your degree would decrease greatly. I found a great quote in an editorial from the Parthenon stating, "A college degree would be the equivalent to a high school degree. Anyone can receive it if minimal work is used. Author unknown." Essentially, it would be easy for anyone to get their hands on a degree, which would no longer validate the achievement and standards behind earning the degree. I know from personal experience when I went through high school that a lot of my classmates just barely scraped the bottom of their barrel to graduate with the credits they needed, and they actually didn't learn that much. If the same went for college, I don't think I would trust the validation of some people's degree. Also, the more of something there are, the less value they hold. So, the more degrees given out, the less value they would hold. Some people argue that college should be free because individuals that come from low income families would not have the ability to pay for college. While I do agree that this puts a strain on people's ability to pay, there are solutions around this problem, including student loans, scholarship, and financial aid. There are tons of scholarships offered for students that are willing to fill them out and take advantage of basically free money for college. There are tons of scholarships offered for students that are willing to take advantage of them. This quote by Max Fay from debt.org states that each year, an estimated $46 billion in grants and scholarship money is awarded by the U.S. Department of Education in the nation's colleges and universities. In addition, about $3.3 billion in gift aid is awarded by private sources. This just goes to show how many scholarships are available on the market for students to take advantage of. Another great thing about students having scholarships or having to pay student loans off and having financial aid is that they're a great source of motivation for students to work hard and get the most of what they're paying for. So something I discovered while doing my research is that there are places in the world that do have free college. France, Sweden, and Germany are some of the places that already have implemented free college tuition for their students. However, there are many drawbacks. While tuition is free, the cost of living is not. And in one article from Business Insider that interviewed students, Chris Weller stated that students felt they still need to work in order to obtain the basic necessities, which in turn affected their focus, success, and time spent obtaining a degree. Another huge drawback is that there is a much higher student-professor ratio, which does not allow for students to build those professor-student relationships that some students really value. I know one of the reasons I chose Radford University is because it was a small school with small class sizes that allowed me to build those relationships with my professors. So if I ever needed to go to them for any problems or questions, they would recognize my face and I wouldn't just be one of their random students. A few more issues were that students took a lot longer to graduate because they felt that they could change their course of study and not have to worry about the additional costs that came along with changing their degree. This also set a delay on their start to adulthood. There also noticed that there was an increase in taxes and that schools themselves had less amenities. Here's a chart from the Los Angeles Times displaying the difference in taxes between Germany and the United States. As you can see, Germany, which is highlighted in purple at the top, had a much higher percent of taxes than the United States, which is highlighted in purple at the bottom, due in part by their free tuition that drove tax prices up. The last reason why I think that college education should not be free is because it would cause students to not take school as seriously. Part of the motivation and drive that keeps students so successful is that college is so expensive. Who wouldn't want to get the most of what they pay for? By eliminating the cost factor, the motivation and drive in students would decrease as well, causing them not to get as good of grades and do as well in school. So now that I have gone ahead and outlined for you why college tuition should not be free, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you why some people argue that it should be. The first reason people argue college should be free is because they think it would create an equal opportunity for everyone. While this is true, even without free college, everyone does have the opportunity to go to school. They could apply for financial aid, apply for scholarships, or even get student loans in order to pay and have the opportunity to go to school. The next major reason people argue that college should be free is because they have no worry about how to fund college and students wouldn't be left with an overwhelming amount of debt. They fail to realize, however, that their tax rates would be increased and they would have to be paying those taxes for the rest of their life. So it really isn't worth going to college for free because you'll just be paying higher taxes for the rest of your life. So to wrap things up, not having free college is more beneficial in the long run. There would be no increased taxes, your value of your degree would remain high, low-income families still have options and help for paying for school. We have seen that free college has been implemented before and has been proven to have many drawbacks, and education would not be taken for granted. Thank you guys so much for watching, and next I'll display a list of my references. Thank you!